Taurus, and welcome to your reading for January the 27th through February the 2nd. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble. And let's get right into your reading, shall we? Okay, Taurus, this is a general reading. It's for the collective, so take what resonates, leave the rest. If you would like a personal reading, however, you may click here. That will take you to my website. You can see what readings I offer. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give, Taurus? Feeling that energy coming through. Big time. 3 cards for Taurus, please. 1, 2 more. Oh, there we are. There's your cards. Okay. All right, now let's go to your clarifying cards. These are clarifying cards for Taurus. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Taurus through these clarifying cards? One last shuffle for the January the 27th through February the 2nd. Okay, please clarify. Please clarify. There we are. Oh, this is really interesting. And please clarify. There's definitely crossover. You might want to check out Aries if you have an Aries rising or moon. Check that out. All right, Taurus, let's take a look at your card, shall we? Okay, so the first card out for you is the 7 of Pentacles, clarified by the 9 of Cups. Then you have the 9 of Pentacles, clarified by the Page of Swords. Then you have the 8 of Swords, clarified by the Ace of Cups. Taurus. Okay, so the first card out for you, Taurus, is the 7 of Pentacles. This is about reassessing how much effort you've put into your career or a job or perhaps a business or a project, and seeing if the results warrant the effort that you've put into it. So it's really about kind of going back and taking stock and thinking, do I need to tweak this? Do I need to pull back? Do I need to, it's really about assessing the energy that you've put in to what you've reaped, what rewards you have got, what is the fruits of your labor. It can also mean that, maybe you need to reinvest in your business or career, whatever it is. But reassessment, I think, is required at this moment. It's also important to look at how far you've come and what you've accomplished. So it's all about assessing the work that you've done. Now, the next clarifying the 7 of Pentacles is the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups is about dreams and wishes come true, right? It's about, look, he's sitting there, he's very happy, he's showing all his wealth, and he's like, I'm all that and a bag of chips, or crisps, as they say in England. So this is being, having your needs met and being proud of what you've done. I have a feeling that those of you who've worked really hard have accomplished a lot, and you are quite proud of where you are at right now and what you have accomplished. And look, even to qualify that and to confirm that, you also have the 9 of Pentacles. Now, the 9 of Pentacles is beautiful. It's like, you've worked hard and things have paid off. Not even just started, things have paid off. The thing with the 9 of Pentacles, though, is that there's a danger of working too hard. And if you work too hard over a long period of time and you don't allocate time or spend quality time with loved ones, you can end up alone. So this is always, to me, like a wake-up call, saying, how many hours are you devoting to your loved ones? Are you just about working? And I know it's very important for you to, feel secure financially. For Taurus, it's like their being. They need to feel secure financially. So, but you have to think of the cost of just focusing on that. So this is asking you to balance that, right? It's asking you to make sure that you're spending time with your loved ones. And clarifying it is the Page of Swords. So you have to soften your communication and be, when you're communicating with loved ones, then you need to kind of be more compassionate and kind and not so short, perhaps. Maybe you're, just saying what you feel or what you think is the truth, but you have to think about how that is received. So it's important for you to speak kindly and compassionately. Now, the next card out is the Eight of Swords, which tells me that you feel trapped in some way. Trapped, perhaps, in a relationship. I am getting that. Maybe you're feeling like you're trapped. Sometimes we see that there isn't a way out. Maybe we're with someone because it's about financial security, because sometimes when you live with someone and then you break up, the consideration that you may not be able to afford the rent or the mortgage, or, some people don't break up because they can't afford to break up. So you're feeling trapped, but this is an illusion. No one's trapped. So maybe you're making excuses where this comes from, and from an emotional standpoint. So sometimes we're in love. We're so in love with people that we just can't see a way out, and we feel trapped, perhaps in a unrequited love relationship sometimes. So perhaps you're not seeing the truth in this situation. But I think you have the ability, right, or the possibility to start things afresh. But you have to kind of look at the truth. You've got to take the blindfold out, and you've got to look at all your options. There are options on the table. There's always, it's funny, my son's a Taurus, and he goes, I've got no choice. There's always a choice, guys. There's always a choice. If she took the blindfold off, she'd see she's not trapped. She can move about. Sometimes it's letting go to start afresh, right? Sometimes this is like, you don't see any hope sometimes with this card. There's no hope. There's no, you're just like, this is my lot in life, and I've just got to, I'm just going to be miserable. I'm going to stay here. But there's always a way out, and you have this wonderful opportunity for something new and fresh. Even within the relationship that you're feeling trapped in, you can change that energy, possibly, or leave and get someone new. But I have a feeling that you can kind of reinvent this relationship that you're in with boundaries and not feeling so trapped. Understanding that you're not trapped will give you power within that. And that's, that will empower you. Look at the truth. Don't be afraid to look at the truth. Don't be afraid. Life goes on. Things change. Things happen. You deal with it and you move on the best you can. It's much better to move on than to stay in something that feels restrictive and doesn't give you the freedom that you need right now. Aquarian energy is coming in, and it's all about freedom. It's about being free. You want to be free within the relationship. So you need trust, probably. I think perhaps that's what's coming to me. It's about trust, I think. Taurus, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please stay tuned, because the astrology report is directly next. So, I love you all, and I'll see you on the other side. Hello, I'm so happy that you decided to stay around for the astrology report this week for January the 22nd through February the 2nd to see what is happening in the celestial sky for this week. And we start with Monday, January the 27th. Venus is conjunct Neptune. Venus is the planet of love, relationships, finance, and Neptune is the planet of creativity, kind of connection with the ethereal realm. It's also illusion and delusion. So these planets are both in Pisces. Now Neptune, it rules Pisces, so it's at home in Pisces, and Venus is exalted in Pisces, which means that Venus can really express herself fully in Pisces. So this is a very strong energy, and they are conjunct. Now, this is kind of a very sensitive, kind of dreamy and romantic energy. This transit is about filling your world with beauty, art, music, that you'll see beauty in everything. You may even see a relationship through rose-tinted glasses. It may not be as great as you think it is. But on the other hand, you can also feel disappointed in a relationship because it doesn't stand up to your impossible standards. Because this is a very idealistic energy. Now, meanwhile, it's incredible for creativity and fantasy writing. So if you're a writer, it's brilliant for that. Any kind of creative endeavor, the visual arts, it's a wonderful way to channel this energy. Now, you can also be tempted to purchase a big ticket item, because there's no kind of foresight. You just see something and you want it, and you may not even consider the balance in your bank account. It's like, oh, get the credit cards out. Yeah. So resist that urge. Run it by someone before you make those purchases, or, make that commitment. You may also find it a little difficult to focus at work because Neptune is very kind of dreamy and can take you on these long kind of daydreams, and you can get lost in thought. So a good thing to do at this time is to meditate, because this is a really beautiful way of connecting with the ethereal realm. And I mean, I've been feeling it today. And I haven't been able to focus till it's really late on these readings because I just wanted to think and contemplate and do other things, frankly. On Tuesday, January the 28th, Mars is square to Neptune, which is the very next day at 5:34 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's kind of early in the morning. We're already feeling it. We've been feeling it for a few days. Neptune is a very slow-moving planet, so it will be feeling this for a while. So you may be feeling wiped out and tired. This aspect takes the wind out of your sails, it really kind of affects your self-esteem also. It can kind of make you paranoid or suspicious of people or their intentions, and take you on a journey of illusion, thinking that everyone is out to get you. It can be that. This is an energy that can have you gossiping or meddling in other people's affairs or business. And it's on, as well, you can be easily deceived by people, or, perhaps, look, if somebody approaches you with a get rich quick scheme and it seems too good to be true, it's probably a scam. So be aware of how enticing those things are, and up front, resist the urge to make any kind of major decisions on purchases or investments during this time. This is a really good time to retreat and to meditate, to go within. Use this energy to connect with source. Neptune is a really good way of doing that. So when you go within, Mars is, outward energy. So if you can go within, you can use that energy to connect with the ethereal realm. And, stay out of people's business and work through your own issues instead. This is a good time to work through what's going on with you and to address anything that's holding you back. Now, on Friday, January the 31st, the moon is void of course from 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time till 7:28 p.m. when it enters Taurus. So don't sign any contracts during this time and don't commit to anything while the moon is stationary, because it is just there and it's not moving. It's not getting any kind of momentum. So you don't want to commit to anything during this time. It's very kind of much like Mercury in retrograde energy. Another reason to not purchase anything. You can regret things. Regret purchases or commitments. Anything that you've signed, you may regret it, so don't do that on Friday. Now, on Sunday, February the 2nd, it's Groundhog Day, by the way. Seems really early to be Groundhog Day. Anyway, it is. And Venus is sextile Pluto at 2:07 a.m. Pluto's a very slow-moving planet. It's an outward planet. It's a modern planet. So we are going to feel this energy. And look, it's a beautiful energy because sextile is harmonious, right? So during this time, shallow connections are not tolerated during this transit. Only deep, meaningful connections are fostered, and it's all we have time for. We don't have time for inauthentic or, shallow people. It's really, we want deep and meaningful connections. Now, if you are already committed to somebody, your relationship could evolve to a new plateau. A more meaningful, perhaps even spiritual connection with your loved one. And if you are single, you could fall madly in love for someone and even become obsessed with them. There's a very kind of intense sexual energy in the air, and it is possible to even explore the taboo during this time. Now, as a result of that, clandestine affairs are feasible and are possible. So, yes, watch out for that. Thank you so much for staying till the end of this video, and I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And guys, another way to support me is through Patreon. You can click on this link here and go to my Patreon page, and I post things there that I don't post anywhere else. And I want to thank my patrons. They really help me each month. That really helps. And you can support me for as little as $1 a month, which is $12 a year. It's not a lot for you, but it's huge for me. That all mounts up, and I really appreciate your support. And if not, darling, I don't want to push you. That's great. You can check out my Patreon page anyway. And I just want to let you know that I really appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week.